Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel where we bring you the latest and greatest in lifestyle content. Today, we're going to talk about the top 13 cheapest states to live in 2023. If you're looking for a place to settle down that won't break the bank, this video is for you. Number 1. Mississippi. With an index score of 83.3, Mississippi is the least expensive place to live in the United States. It also has the lowest average housing costs in the country, 33.7% less than the average for the whole country. The average price of a single-family home is about $140,818. Still, 19.5% of the population lives below the poverty line, which is the highest rate of poverty in the country. Mississippi is one of the worst states to live in because it has economic problems, a bad education system, and a low quality of life in general. Number 2. Oklahoma. Let's go to the West. The average cost of living in Oklahoma is 13% less than the national average. Muskogee is the cheapest city in Oklahoma. If you live there, the cost of living is 21% less than the average. Oh, and if you want to become famous in sports, show business, or rodeo, you might want to stop in Oklahoma first. Mickey Mantle, Brad Pitt, Carrie Underwood, and Will Rogers are all well-known Okies. Also, people in Oklahoma love to celebrate their state's Native American roots and cowboy culture. In Oklahoma, the average price of a home is $151,469. At 15.1%, the state also has one of the highest poverty rates in the country. In terms of healthcare and education, the state is usually ranked right behind Mississippi. Number 3. Kansas. The cost of living in Kansas is 12.7% less than the average. Even though healthcare and utilities are about the same price as in the average US city, Kansas has a lot of other goods and services that are very cheap. Things like shampoo and movie tickets will usually cost about 10% less than usual. The median cost of a single-family home is about $176,898, making it the third cheapest housing in the country. One of the best things about the state's economy is that it has one of the lowest unemployment rates in the country. Number 4. Alabama. With an index score of 87.9, Alabama the Beautiful is the fourth state with the lowest cost of living overall. The median price of a home in this state is $170,184, which is second lowest after Mississippi. Transportation and health care costs are also among the lowest in the country, but it is still one of the states with the most people living below the poverty line. Still, the unemployment rate is only 2.9%, which is a good sign. Number 5. Georgia. The Peach State comes in fifth with a score of 88.8 because its housing costs are much lower than average and its transportation and utility costs are also lower than average. In Georgia, a single-family home costs on average $246,272. Georgia also tends to be a little higher on lists of fun states to live in, which is mostly because Atlanta is still a business hub for the South. The average cost of a house in Georgia is not cheap. But salaries are close to the national average, which is a good thing. And Georgia has a lot to offer, like the Appalachian Mountains, sandy beaches along the Atlantic Ocean, beautiful architecture, and southern charm. Number 6. Ohio. Ohio has a healthy job market and a much lower cost of living than most other states. Most people can easily find jobs that pay well and can afford to live in comfort. And if you're an entrepreneur, there aren't many states where you can grow your business better. Another big plus is that Ohio is in a great place. The state is in the middle of the US, so it's easy to get anywhere you need to go. It is also home to several big cities, like Cleveland, Columbus, and Cincinnati. In other words, there are plenty of things to do for fun and relaxation. Ohio is a great place to live if you're looking for a state with a high quality of life and low costs. Ohio is a great place to live because it has a low cost of living and is in the middle of the country. In the Buckeye State, you have a good chance of getting a great job and living a happy life. Number 7. Iowa. With a score of 89.9, Iowa is the 7th cheapest state to live in. It has a bit more of a Midwestern feel. Iowa has a lower poverty rate than most of the other states on this list. At 11%, it is lower than the national average. A single-family home costs, on average, $167,036. This sleeper state is also ranked 9th on WalletHub's list of the best states to live in. It is by far the cheapest state to live in, thanks to its strong economy and good education system. Number 8. West Virginia. West Virginia ranks 8th on the list, with a cost of living index of 90.5. This is the place where all country roads lead. The average price of a single-family home in this Appalachian state is $117,639. This makes it one of the most affordable places to buy a home. Even though West Virginia has good housing prices, it is often listed with Mississippi as one of the worst states to live in because of worries about economic growth and the education system. Number 9. Indiana. With a score of 90.6, Indiana is a great state. Even though all of Indiana's costs are less than the national average, the average single-family home costs $185,805, which is the state's biggest draw. Overall, Indiana is in the middle of lists of the best states to live in, but its unemployment rate of 2.2% is one of the lowest in the country. Number 10. Arkansas. Next up, Arkansas. Arkansas's cost of living is 9.9% less than the average. It has one of the lowest costs for healthcare in the country, 17% less than the average. That will save you a lot of money. Arkansas has beautiful hot springs, caves, and forests that are made by nature. And, just like in Missouri, you can live on the plains or in the mountains. But at Crater of Diamonds State Park in Arkansas, you can find real diamonds, which you can't do in Missouri or anywhere else. Number 11. Missouri. Missouri has a 9.8% lower cost of living than the rest of the country. The most expensive place to live in Kansas is Kansas City, but it's still 4.5% cheaper than most US cities. The cost of living in Joplin is about 18% less than in other cities. There are a lot of small towns in Missouri where you can put down roots. You can choose between grassy plains, farmland, or the Ozark Mountains. St. Louis and Kansas City are Missouri's two biggest cities. They have cool things like the Gateway Arch and the Women's Leadership Fountain, but they are also two of the most dangerous cities in the United States. So you'll want to look for neighborhoods that are cheap and safe. Number 12. Tennessee. Tennessee, which is in the southeast, is the 12th cheapest state, with a score of 89.0. The median price of a single-family home in the state is $230,253, which is a little less than its southern neighbor. Even though there are a lot of people living in poverty, 13.8%, the unemployment rate is still lower, 3.4%. One thing that makes Tennessee stand out is that there is no state income tax on wages. Nashville is the state's most expensive city, shocker, we know. But it's still 2% cheaper to live there than in the average US city. Want to find a cheaper place? The cost of living in Knoxville is about 16% less than the average. Number 13. Michigan. The cost of living in Michigan is 8.9% less than the average. The least expensive place to live on our list is Kalamazoo, which is about 2 hours from Detroit. Michiganders do pay more than average for utilities and transportation, and car insurance is more expensive there than almost anywhere else in the US. So, you'll need a reliable insurance agent to help you get the right coverage at the right price. Michigan is known for its car industry, the Great Lakes, and winter sports like ice fishing, skiing, and hockey, which the people who live there love to do. So, there you have it, our top 13 cheapest states to live in 2023. If you're looking to save money on your cost of living, these states are definitely worth considering. Of course, there are many other factors to consider when choosing a place to live, such as job opportunities, climate, and cultural offerings. We hope this video has been helpful in providing you with some insight into which states might be the best fit for your budget. Thanks for watching, and be sure to let us know in the comments which state you think is the best for affordability. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more lifestyle content.